How's it going, y'all? Navy Sooner here. Today, we're talking about the Minuteman. Not just the Minuteman, but the Minuteman when it comes to SHTF. And I don't mean like small, minuscule SHTF things. I mean like SHTF. But before we go into that, I'm going to kind of discuss what the modern Minuteman is. And we can't really discuss what the modern Minuteman is until we discuss what the original Minuteman was. If you don't know anything about history, the original Minuteman was a guy in a village that had the means to be able to help out the army if they needed help close to their home. The militias, the local militias, basically. The guys that jumped up, grabbed their own personal firearms, not issued firearms, to help out in defense of their home, their area, their country. That's what the original Minuteman was. Now today, people want to say that the Minuteman is kind of synonymous with militias, but that's not what the modern Minuteman is anymore. Yes, there could be militias that the modern Minuteman. I'm going to stop saying modern Minuteman. I'm going to say the 3M. There are things that the 3M could be considered militias. There are militias that you have the Texas State Militia, which is actually like you have the Army, then you have National Guard, then you have the Texas State Militia, which actually trains alongside the Army and the Texas National Guard, but they're not technically in the military. Now, the modern Minuteman is someone that is going to protect his community and his home, but does not want to be a part of a militia per se. He's just more of a part of a defense force of his local community. Now I am not going to run off if there is a Civil War II or a World War III or we get invaded because of World War III or whatever, because I have a family and children to take care of. And if I die in something like that, then, I mean, what's the point of me going off and fighting? Because it'll be hard for them to live too. And everybody says, oh yeah, well look at Afghanistan. Afghanistan is not what we're talking about here. If that is to come down, then it's going to be a lot worse than what you think it is. Yes, there were people that died in the Middle East. Yes, there were people that died during all of that had families and children. This is a completely different situation. This is SHTF. If World War III were to come to our shores, then if you're a man and you want to stay home and take care of your family, I totally agree with that. But if something were to happen and it were to come to my back door, my community, my group that I'm going to be a part of, or my own home, then I'm going to be that modern Minuteman to be able to protect my family, because there are people here locally that want to do us harm. Now, like I said, I don't believe that the modern Minuteman has a role in Civil War II or World War III, as in like an actual fighting force, an offensive fighting force. They're more of a local defensive force. So that's what I believe in, say, an SHTF situation where a second Civil War or a World War III, the 3M would be good for. Another situation that is kind of newer, I guess you could say, that's starting to creep out there and probably is a very viable situation that could happen, is sleeper cell attacks. The modern Minuteman would be able to grab his gear and run in defense of his community, his home, or his neighborhood, in defense of like a sleeper cell attack. Yes, in the long run, hopefully the military and law enforcement would come in, but these guys, the 3M, would be there to defend until that was able to be taken care of. Now, in a total breakdown of rule of law, the modern Minuteman would be the guy that if they hear over the radio or they get some kind of phone call or some kind of signal that, hey, we're under a fucking attack, grabs his shit, grabs his shit and runs to go help in defense. And like I said, me personally, I'm not going to go off in a long place, really far away place and defend. I'm going to stay here and defend my family. I'm going to defend my community because my community would be helping my family stay alive. So that is, say, a rival community or raiders or someone from another country decides to invade or just whatever, and total rule of law breakdown of rule of law. Get the fuck, you are the defense force, you are the military for your local area. That's what the 3M in that kind of situation is. You can also break it down to not just helping your community, but helping your own family. Say you are out on patrol of your land, or you see that there's going to be people coming to your property. You can jump and grab your crap and defend. And I wouldn't necessarily say defend your home if it's just you and your family. I would, and you're kind of rural, I would get them the fuck out of the house and get them to a safe area, and then like guerrilla style it against something like that. And this isn't a total SHTF situation, so you too, I'm not saying right now whatever, but I would say guerrilla the fuck out of it. Like, do whatever you can to get those people to not hurt your family. So it would be more of a family, or if you have a group that's staying on your property, more of that kind of situation. You just have your stuff, grab it, go, let's go fight. Now, when it comes to being a modern Minuteman, you have to have your gear set up. You need to not only train in your gear, you need to get it together. You need to know what it feels like. You need to know what you have, how to use it. Is this good? Is this good? Is this not good? Is this not good? Is this okay? You need to get it all set up. You need to resupply it immediately after you've trained in it, and you definitely need to train in it, like I said. But if you train in it, resupply anything that you've used. Ammunition, you had gloves that ripped, you broke something, or the battery went dead, or whatever, a magazine went bad. You need to immediately resupply your 3M kit for putting it in the corner for whenever something does arise and you need to jump out and go do shit. Also, when that kit's in the corner, you need to constantly check it. If you need to change batteries, check batteries. Granted, a lot of things that take batteries will last a lot longer than they used to, but still check, make sure things turn on. Get on a regular schedule of changing out those batteries. Yes, people say once a year for different things, but some things can last longer than a year if they are not touched for long periods of time. But make sure that those batteries are still good. Turn everything on, make sure it's on. Check your meds, your med kits, to make sure that nothing is bad in it, say like chest seals or anything that's been sealed. Make sure all that's good to go. Then you need to check your magazines, make sure that they're good, topped off, they're not messed up or whatever. You need to check your ammo, because I had magazines set up ready to go, and one of the bullets, the copper on one of the bullets started corroding, and it dripped all the way into the magazine, and all the rounds in that magazine were just corroded to shit and back. So you need to check that too. And maybe it's not the top bullet, it could be somewhere down inside, but just do a regular rotation on your actual magazines that have ammo in them to check that. Also, you need to constantly check to make sure your rifle is zeroed. Yes, I know, if it can't hold zero, you shouldn't be using it, but shit happens, and you need to make sure that your rifle is zeroed. Also, you need to check your gear for rips, any worn areas. Just make sure that your gear is good to go. Anything that's unraveling, just make sure it's good. And also, put it on, jump around with it, make sure that nothing rattles if you need it that way, and make sure everything is comfortable. To a point, everything is comfortable, because if it's not comfortable, you're not going to be paying attention to what's happening, and you're going to be more worried about being comfortable. And then one last thing, if you consider yourself a 3M, a modern Minuteman, you need to constantly monitor comms. However, there's a way for a signal to get to you to say, hey, I come fight, hey, come protect, or paying attention to your surroundings in case you see something coming, then you can make that signal. So pay attention and monitor your comms. That is a big thing, I believe, because if you don't know anything's happening, then how are you supposed to be that modern Minuteman? Well, I've come to the end of this one, a little short, sorry, but I think it's a very important thing, especially with we're on the brink of World War III. They are talking about sleeper cells that could break down, rule of law could break down any minute now because of, I don't know, I'm thinking there could be an EMP or nuclear war or whatever. So y'all need to get ready. And if you want to be a modern Minuteman, you need to be ready. You need to be that Minuteman that can grab his shit and go. It takes a minute for you to get your crap and go. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching my videos. Like, share, and subscribe below. Share this with anybody that you think would like this information. And also, there's a way to donate to the channel if you would like to. It is expensive to do these types of things. And I'm not begging for money. I'm not asking for money. But if you feel out of the greatness of your heart that you would like to donate to the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. Well, that's it. Navy Sooner out.